We're gonna have to get more stone soon. I'm trying to get through all the questions in this episode so that the next episode I can just do the questions there. Animal Gaming! Hello, Animal Gaming. When did you get into Warriors? Also, who's your favorite sea animal? I think this is coming from a thing we did on the official Stormy Draws Amina, where I just started it randomly with like showing a picture of a dog, because I really want this breed of dog. And we've just been doing on and off, and it's literally just me and Animal Gaming, like, posting pictures of animals and guessing them. And it was a whale of some kind. I can't even think of what kind it is. Whale shark, I believe. Off the top of my head is what I think it was, but I think I like dolphins a lot. I think that's so stereotypical, but I like dolphins. I also like orcas. I think orcas are actually really interesting creatures. I really am not interested in sea life a lot. I'm actually quite scared of the ocean. It's an actual legit phobia, and I can't think of what it's called, but I'm terrified of oceans. But do seals count? Because seals are adorable. And do penguins count? Like, when you say sea animal, do you mean animals who specifically live in the sea, or do you think about animals who do sometimes live in the sea and also kind of live on land? Because you're getting into kind of, you know, what do you count? I'm tripping over my words. What I think Animal Gaming means is animals who live in the sea. So I'd have to say either dolphins or orcas there. And how did I get into Warriors? It was through Siri Pixel Biology's Sims 3 Warrior Cat Challenge. Is because I watch it because I like Sims 3 and her channel. And I didn't know what Warrior Cats was. I actually had someone like try to tell me about Warrior Cats on the bus, and I just zoned out. Like, like, I'm too tired to have, you know, intelligent thoughts. I've been trapped in the classroom for like a couple of hours. I'm tired. So I zoned out. I regretfully zoned out. But that's how I got into Warriors. Smolder Cat asks, who's your favorite warrior cat and do you have any pets? Okay. Favorite warrior cat. I have to admit I'm loving Shadowpaw at the moment. I love a lot of characters actually. I love Squirrelflight, I love Ravenpaw, I love Alderheart, I love Jayfeather, I love Leafpool, I love Mothwing. My list of favorite characters is like way too long. So, do with that what you will. Pretty much if I hate a character, you're gonna know it because I won't quit talking about them. And I have a lot of pets. I have currently 3 dogs. Tinkerbell, who is a pug mix, who is 9 years old, who has finally decided to lay down and be a good dog. Maybe I will take her for that WALK. I have 12 cats currently. Some are going to end up being barn cats, but I can name them probably. I have Psycho, the Closet Sisters, which are Palebird, Ebony, and Tartar Sauce. And then I have Silver, who you guys should probably know because I think I've talked about her the most between her and Bassie. And I have Bassie. Silver and Bassie are my 2 rescue cats. Silver I got outside of a kill shelter, like they were getting ready to take her in and it was just like the stars aligned. The person had a mama cat and her kittens that were being taken in and they were pretty much ready to leave their mom. And I was actually going there to adopt a cat and it's sort of like the stars aligned. And I was just there at the right time to get Silver. And then we didn't really think about getting her fixed because she was an indoor cat with no unfixed male cats around. And she slipped out the window one day when my mom left it open. And she ended up having 4 kittens. Squirrel and Leaf, Feather, and Jinx. And I've got to get more stone. And then I have Athena, who actually, you guys don't see a lot because she actually has a bad allergy, a flea allergy, and even one bite sends her into a bad mess, and she has real scrappy, patchy fur, and she's just not real pretty to look at, and I feel like I probably should show her more because it's just like, I love her even though she's sort of patchy furred. And then I've said that, and then I have Misty, who is sort of like a cat that didn't even like me, but she is just a weird cat. She doesn't like the other cats, so she's sort of a loner. And I kind of like her because she does like want to crawl on you and be affectionate, but at the same time she just doesn't do well. And she's originally we put her out to be outside to be a barn cat before our barn burnt. And we're actually waiting till we get a new barn put up to make the other cats barn cats, just so they have somewhere to get. And even though you have in the country, barn cats are a normal thing, guys. Cats can absolutely live outside. It's not like we're leaving them outside with no food. We're gonna be feeding them. Because, like, they're still our cats. But, that I digress. She does not thrive outside, so I don't think she'll be going back outside. And I believe that's all the cats. Then I have 2 rats named Patfoot and Mooney, who have finally decided to go to sleep. And then I have 2 horses, actually a horse and a pony. I have Brownie, who is my 13-year-old quarter horse. And then I have Snick, who is my old riding pony, who is about, she's in her late teens. She's nearly 20, so she's an old pony. And I'm actually looking, once we get the barn up, to actually get another horse. I'm just not sure what kind. I'm sort of halfway looking at thoroughbreds, because I've ridden one in the past and I really liked it. I'm building an entire equestrian center. I like horses. I believe that's everyone. Oh, I didn't say my other dogs. I have Charlie, who is actually not a pet. She's my psychiatric and medical response service dog in training. She is being trained to help with PTSD symptoms. She is trained to help with my POTS and chronic fatigue, as well as I'm going to be training her as an allergy alert dog because I actually have a pretty bad soy allergy. Like, low amounts will just make me feel sick, but higher amounts, like, will literally cause me to swell up. So, for example, the first time I actually had a reaction to soy was I ate a TV dinner that I didn't know had a high amount of soy in it, and we didn't know why I was swelling up, why that was happening, and it sort of, like, clicked into place when I ate tofu for the first time, and it's like, oh, it was probably the soy, because I remember reading the ingredients after just to see what I could have possibly reacted to, and there was a large amount of soy in it. And that just sort of clicked into place, like, oh, that's why that happened. So that is sort of going to be an important thing for Charlie to learn, because I don't want to have another reaction like that where I didn't realize there was a high amount of soy in something, and suddenly I'm facing a hospital trip. Because that isn't fun. And then I have a dog I don't really talk about much, and it's White Fang. I don't know why I don't talk about him much. My throat hurts. I don't know why I don't talk about him much. I do love him. He's my about 6-year-old mixed breed dog, and I love him to death. He's a fluffy, white little monster, and I love him. So, yeah, I don't really know why I don't talk about him more. Jackdaw Boy asks, what's your favorite OC you've created? BTW, I love your videos. Thank you. Okay, so this is the question where I got confused with the first OC I ever made, and this is going to be a lot of talking because I love talking about my OCs, and I really don't talk about them much. At least my State Chaos OCs. I hate using the word Hitalia with that, and that's another story for another day, of why I've just sort of grown, like, an uncomfortableness with that word, even though it's one of my favorite animes. It's a long story. It has to do with some drama with another YouTuber that I'm not going to get into. If you've been on my Amino, I would have said that I had a video recorded, an informal sort of Stormy Speaks story where I talk about it and I say who it is, and I just didn't post it because I didn't want to seem like I was attention seeking, because this was right smack dab in the middle of the drama around them, and I just feel bad that I didn't post it, because at the same time, part of the reason why I made it was to warn some of my audience just to be careful about who you look up to, and if people are showing like manipulative signs, like drop them real quick. And this person just sort of made me hate myself in this series that I've loved for so long, and it's just hard for me to talk about it. So enough about that. I'll start with Warrior Cats. Of course, Bright Star is one of my favorites, but I have to say my favorite would have to be Night Shadow, her son, because he's just sort of grew on me so much. And actually, originally, here's a little fact, he was originally a villain before he was actually a villain, and then eventually I gave him a redemption arc, and then eventually the villain arc just sort of melted away, and he was just sort of an angry apprentice. But he never went full evil. Another Warriors of Sea I love is Darktail, who I actually ironically made before Darktail the cat actually appeared in Warriors, so he was created before, and I was like, dang it, do I have to change it now that there's an official Darktail? But he is the mate of Ashpool, and he was originally a rogue that Bright Star recruits. And while his friend didn't exactly thrive in clan life, he did. So, I absolutely love him. I also love Bright Feather, who is actually a reincarnation of Bright Star, and I sort of brought reincarnations in for no real reason other than Bright Star is restless in StarClan and doesn't know what to do with herself, and the other StarClan cat's just like, okay, we're sick of you, we're gonna reincarnate you to get you off our backs for another couple of moons, so bye-bye. So it's basically like, they're done with Bright Star shit, and they're just like, okay, you know what, we're done with you, yeah, go invade the body of this tiny little kit, and live a second life, just please. You're annoying us. And then let's get on to the State Chaos. I would have to say River is my favorite of my main ones, because the thing with State Chaos is it's a huge AU and there's over 100 characters. At least a third of them are either main or secondary characters. So what they have is a direct consequence of the plot. And of course I have like canon characters in there, and I really don't want to use their nation names. I'm dealing with some shit right now, okay? I don't really want to use their... I feel like if I use their human names, it might be a bit confusing, because only like fans of the show would know fans of the series would know the human names of some of the canon characters. At the same time, I don't want to use their actual titles, because again, I'm like terrified of anything having to do with it now. I'm talking about it on the internet, just because of what happened. So I'm actually kind of struggling here. So like, canon characters are of course there, and I've sort of modified their personalities a bit to sort of like fit better, so they're kind of like a reflection of the canon characters, and I kind of really like it. So I like River, who is Missouri. She represents Missouri, or I always say Missouri, if you guys ever notice, because there is another character that is Missouri that I sort of use the pronunciation difference to differ from them, and Missouri is her father. And it's actually kind of involved, so yeah. I also like Luke, who is Texas, and those are pretty much my two favorites. I do a lot with them, and it's kind of obvious from my love. If you even look at my State Chaos series on the archive of my own, like, pretty much every single one of them will have them in it, because I just love them to death. And I also kind of like... I really didn't like her when I created her. I actually liked her sister more than I liked her. And it's Emily, who is one of Missouri's daughters. And I just sort of really love her because she's River incarnate. She has all the worst parts of her mother's personality, and it is lovely. She is like this sarcastic... She's like this little sarcastic... thinks she's a badass with... like... She thinks she's a badass, and I love her because she's like every part of Missouri's bad parts, just rolled into one, and just the most charismatic little character that I've ever created. And it was completely by accident, so that's why I just love her. So those are mine from my 2 main series that I do. I hope that answers questions. I know I ranted a long time about them, especially the Hetalia ones. Hey, I said it without cringing. Good for me. I want to get this over with. My throat is really hurting. And this looks like this is the last question for today. Canine and feline lover, Webkins, LPS, and I can't see the rest. Why is your art so amazing? Also, would you watch a Rewrite the Stars AMV? Yes, I love that song. I would totally watch a Rewrite the Stars AMV. And practice. Practice, 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 and I can't stress this enough. Practice. I actually have somewhere stashed away that I'm going to be doing a sketchbook tour eventually of my high school sketchbook, and that's going to be a painful experience for me. So, yeah, that's going to be painful. Okay, I'm out of questions for today. My throat is killing me, so I'm going to go. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. If you liked it, wait for the next episode where I'll probably be answering more questions. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. Bye. My brain is dead.